Welcome to the property. I don't know how well the internet's gonna do up here. We do have the Starlink, but it's not set up yet because we don't have the solar set up yet. So I'm just kind of going off the I'm just going off the internet on my phone. So, all right, looks like some homies are in here today. Oh wow, a lot of you guys came in already. Susie's here. Hey, Butterfly Love Child is here. Butterfly Love Child's like, it's been a minute. Susie can't wait to hear about the move. Um, Yay. Butterfly said, thanks. It's been a trial to be honest, busy with household stuff and family drama, so a bit tired. Well, hopefully we can brighten your morning today. Silver Star Priestess, hello. Butterfly is planning to cook a Dominican Christmas feast. Yay. Well, we'll see what we come up with here on the property. Michelle is here. Hey, hey. Um, See, oh, okay. All right. So, can you guys hear me okay? I have the little mic going. I don't know if my electronics have frozen. As you can see, the snow is melting behind me. Maybe we'll turn it a little bit this way. It's a little bit prettier over there. There we go. I had to move my chair. So yeah, it's a little chilly out here this morning. It's 20 something degrees right now. So I have oh, thank you. I have my water here just in case. No need for refrigeration because everything stays nice and frozen inside the RV. Silverstar said, woo, woo, rule of three, why I sent. All right, excellent. And on a little table that I have off to the side here, I have my decks. I have a banana because I didn't get to make my tea or eat yet because it takes a little while to get moving in the morning. Okay, so let me do my intro and then we'll go into the homestead a little bit and then we'll do our reading. I mean, we'll just kind of see where it goes today. It's been a while, you guys. What, like 2 weeks, maybe more, since I've been here on this live chat. So yeah, let's dive into it. Okay, so for everybody who's new to the channel, if you don't know who I am Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. Sorry, my mouth is a little like frozen. My lips are like, but anyway, we're going to dive into the weekly reading for today, all the way until December 24th, which is Saturday of next week. All right, I would like to cast a circle, but you know what? We could cast a circle here. We're going to use our finger, the magic wand. Hey, Colleen! Because my staff is in the RV. Everything's kind of like all over the place, all my witchy stuff and everything. But you know what? We're going to go ahead and cast a circle out here. So let's go ahead and do this. So I'm going to go ahead and get up. And I think this cord extends enough. But what I'm going to do is just ground myself a little bit and call in the four directions. So the east is actually this way, here south, north is ahead of me, and then west is that way. And what's nice is that on this property, which used to be a very bustling city for our Native American friends, they still have many of their like directional altars still on this property and the property next to me, which nobody lives on. So I just kind of like go over there. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and ground myself. And just call on the elements around me. The elements are actually inside of us. So calling on air, which is my breath. Calling on fire, which is in my heart. It helps to beat my blood throughout my body. Calling on water, which is also us and the snow that I'm surrounded with. And calling on earth, which is all around me on the ground here. Actually, this is a piece of petrified wood. We literally have a ton of petrified wood here. So calling in all of these elements. And calling in the elementals starting at the north. Calling in the elementals of the north to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the east to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the south to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the west to help us to cast our circle today. Our circle is cast. Let our work begin, and so it is. All right. Whew. Okie dokie. Have a little bit of water here. Definitely got to drink more water when we are at higher altitudes. I'm at over 6,500 feet, which is where our little homestead is. All right. So, whew. You get a little winded out here, especially when it's cold. Okay, so our little homestead is out here in the White Mountains of Arizona, which is about 4 hours from where I was in Tempe in the valley. As you can see, it does get a lot colder up here. They do have all 4 seasons. So we do get snow in the winter, and then we will have, a nice gentle spring. And actually, I think it gets kind of windy in April for the mountains here. And that's because we're near the Mogollon Rim, and it kind of looks like Mogollon Rim, but it's pronounced Mogollon. And what happens is the winds just kind of like bang up against it, rush over it, and then we're kind of like in the path of those winds. So the wind is something very sacred out here, something to work with. Let's see. And then there's a really warm fall and a very warm summer, but not quite as warm as when, we were in Phoenix. So it's nice that it won't be 118 degrees here, but it does get up into the 90s. So I think it's actually quite perfect. So we moved on November 30th. We came out here. That was our last day in Tempe. Brought the trailer out here. I don't know if you guys can see. Maybe I can turn the camera. But there's my little Jeep. RV is right there. Behind the Jeep, kind of off to the back, is actually my well, but also my trailer, or like for hauling stuff. So in case we need to go into town. And Susie says the beauty of magic suits you. Aw, thank you. Silver Star said, swear to God, teenagers, OMG, my daughter's really testing my patience. Tell her to simmer down now. Angela said, blessings, Tarek, and chat. It's been so long. Yes. So I'm in Arizona. It's beautiful out here. Susie's like, teenagers. Angela said, I feel the vibes off that place through the screen. Yeah, that's why I was like, dude, I couldn't wait for us to leave Tempe so that you guys can finally just feel this place. And someday you guys will be able to come to this place when we get #BurningSage going. So so when we came up here, we kind of overloaded the trailer, maybe because Susie's clapping and smiling, yay! So we kind of overloaded the trailer. The tires were like a little bit low because it was so heavy. So I had to drive extremely slow in my Jeep to kind of get everything out here. The roads out here are dirt, and the last stretch of road to get to my property is pretty off-roady. Like you're going to need a 4-wheel drive vehicle, which has a lot of clearance underneath it, hence my Jeep. But like the G that I am, I was able to get that heavy-ass trailer all the way out here through the off-roadies and not damage a thing. So let's see, let's go back here. Billy, hey. Angela says, gorgeous, I'm in Colorado and there's places just like that. I thought we were neighbors. Yay! Billy says, late, how, well, wow, this is the property. So excited for you. Thank you. Angela says, sage is what we need for the people because people buy peopling, and it's crazy today with the enough love, light, and sage, we can burn the negativity, may be transmuted today. Amen. Exactly. Let's transmute all that junk and let's have ourselves a nice high vibe chat. No matter what's going on with you guys, we'll just, you know, let's get cozy. We'll eventually sling a few cards today, obviously for the week. Lily, hey, how are you? It is a little cold out here, but you guys are keeping me warm. So the more I talk, the more I'm starting to warm up. My mouth is starting to defrost. And sorry if my nose is a little runny. It gets that way when it's cold. So, okay, so yeah, when we got out here, we started unloading our bed, and that's all we unloaded. We unloaded the bed, and then all of a sudden, one of our neighbors, I mean, he's kind of that way, sort of like maybe 30 minutes. He was on his dirt bike and he happened to be in the neighborhood, so he stopped by. He's a real nice guy, him and his dad. They actually came by before, when my Jeep needed a jump because it had gotten so cold, my battery drained in my Jeep. So I have since changed my battery. Now my Jeep starts up just fine in the cold. But anyway, they're really nice folks, and we had a nice long chat. I made us some tea. And then afterwards, like the next day, James and I just like I think it was like the move and the stress of the move and not sleeping very much, that we ended up getting both of ourselves very sick. So I don't know what was going on, because I haven't been sick in probably a decade. Like, I have the immune system of a raccoon slash possum. You know, nothing takes me down. Nothing, like, you know, if I ever do like actually physically get hurt, I heal really fast. Like, I'm just a person who doesn't, like, I just don't get sick. And so I forgot how to take care of myself when I'm sick, because I'm so used to like taking care of other people. And I'm like, oh yeah, I have to slow down. Like, I physically couldn't move, and neither could James. Like, I was getting winded standing up, and I was getting winded like trying to make myself food, and then I didn't really want to eat, so we actually both lost a bunch of weight. But we gave ourselves the rest time that we need. And I guess it's still a little bit in my sinuses. I guess you guys can hear it in my voice, but otherwise I feel better. You know, the property is very healing out here, so that's been nice. A lot of hikes that we've been doing out here, and oh my gosh, all the animals. I knew there was a lot of animals out here, but when there's snow and you can actually see their tracks, I saw elk tracks, I saw mule deer tracks. There's more than bunnies here than I thought there were. So there's a lot of cottontail, a lot of jackrabbits out here. So there's probably a bazillion bunnies. There's a mountain lion that came around because I left pumpkins from Halloween right outside the RV. So the mountain lion came up to the RV. So I'm not trying to feed the mountain lion. So I put those pumpkins elsewhere. And we're doing kind of like a compost pile kind of at the bottom of the hill for like the animals and for the plants and stuff like that. So and trying to reduce, reuse, recycle, I guess. We did have either a large canine or a wolf that came by the other night, because I saw its tracks, and I've gotten very good at like reading the tracks and everything. So I don't know. We did find a wolf skull here, so I know there are wolves out here. So either, like I said, it's either a wild dog, which we do have, a large wild dog, or a wolf. So we'll see. But yeah, lots of animals. We have the rats right now that we're fighting because they're trying to get in the RV, and they hate peppermint. They hate citronella, pepper, cinnamon. I've been putting out all those essential oils and trying to keep them out of my Jeep and stuff like that. So right now it's a battle with the Rat King. But other than that, you know, it's been fun. Let's see. I missed some of your guys' comments. Let me go back here. Billy said, solstice blessings, one and all from a snowy UK. It's raining now, though, so the thaw is in progress. Excellent. Angela will be doing some fun little poems throughout the chat today. Perfect. I love it. Susie was talking about my raccoon immune system. Angela said, sending healing and hugs, love. In case you're not feeling well still today, don't run yourself ragged. We love you, want you to be okay. Thank you, thank you. No, I feel like I'm 100%. Like I said, it's just I could feel a little bit in my sinuses, but my energy is like I'm back, Jack. um, let's see. Angela said my name is Prayer Poems for a reason. Glad you're looking forward. If I start annoying you all, you can let me know and I'll switch to cards or something. No, no worries. I love writing. Hey, I was an English major. I was an English teacher. Okay, so I'm all about the creative writing. Lily said, wow, that's freaking amazing. Um, People are talking about the Rat King. And Angela said, cayenne pepper, anything spicy for raccoons and deer that eats your plants. Yes. Angela said you can also use animal blood. Lily said, I live in Florida. I have a pack of 5 coyotes running around every night at midnight. Yeah, we have a pack of coyotes. I think I know where their cave is. There's a cave kind of down near where my waterfall is at when it actually rains. And we hear them come out a little bit earlier these days. So just before sundown, we hear them yip, 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 yip. You know, I love the sound of the coyotes and I love finding their little tracks everywhere because they have such little feet. It's so cute. And then sometimes we can hear some of them that get lost in the morning, you know, because they haven't gone back with the pack. So they'll be calling out and then you'll hear the pack calling back to them and then they find their way back to the rest of the pack. So yes, we're getting used to a lot of the animals out here. We found out we have a ton of blue jays, and I was surrounded by probably like 30 or 40 blue jays yesterday. It was so nice. Like we have hawks, we have owls that I hear at night, we have falcons, a lot of ravens, tons of ravens actually, and then blue jays, we have finches. I'm trying to identify all the other birds, but yeah, that's so far that's all I've identified. But yeah, let's see, let's go back here. Um, Yay, everybody wishing each other a good morning. Angela's the coyotes are cute. They look like puppies. They hang out in little groups sometimes near our local Walmart in the late night and early morning. Um, Oh, Angela, you should definitely have a vlog, especially if it's going to be for poems. And Billy, who also is our poet here, she says, I do my poetry just in the presence of friends and a few witchy YouTube channels where I know people are cool with it. Hey, man, I welcome any and all creative writing. So, okay, you guys. Let's jump into it. So that's kind of been the homestead thus far, kind of setting up the cabin. Oh, you guys didn't get to see the cabin. So that's our little cabin. That's where we have Desert Cauldron, Kittens, Waits, and Tarot, James's Shop, Light of Riga. Sorry, shit pipe right there. So behind me, that's kind of the leach field for our septic system. We don't have the solar set up yet. We do have all the solar components, but we want to wait until it thaws out a little bit more before we set up our shed, because we have a shed, we have to build it or put it together really. And then we'll put our solar stuff in there. A lot of our tools and gardening tools and just tools in general, we'll put that in there. Our generator we'll put in there. Yeah, and then we'll set up the solar system, which we desperately need because right now we're just running on the generator, which uses gasoline, and it takes an hour to get into town to get gas. So, so it's a little extra, you know. And then that also means we can't run heat at night. So we run the generator for a few hours, try to get it as toasty as we can in the RV. And then we have a ton of blankets. So we have down blankets. We have our sleeping bags, which are rated for 0 degrees. And then I have a Navajo blanket. And then James has a baby alpaca blanket from his mom in Bolivia. Well, I mean, they're from Bolivia. So we have all that and we're staying nice and toasty, but one of the mornings it was 8 degrees. And so everything in the RV had frozen. So all the water, like I had water bottles out there, just frozen solid, like the dish soap was frozen solid. But we were nice and toasty in the bed. So, you know, we can stay toasty even if everything else is frozen. So we're just kind of like getting used to all that. We will make a Home Depot run probably tomorrow to get some insulation because we're going to do some skirting around the bottom of the RV, which will help to insulate the heat because there's a lot of heat loss through the floor. So if we can skirt it, we hopefully that'll keep things from freezing inside the RV, including us. So so yeah, but once that solar is up and running, that should be good because then we'll be able to run the heat all night, and then we'll just start to stay toasty warm, and all that, and be able to run the water lines and the water heater and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it's homestead living. It's just the bits and pieces of just getting set up, and so sure, there's been ups and downs, but I would not trade this for anything. I'm so happy to be out here. It's, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I feel that I'm very fortunate. I can't wait to share this place with you guys, and as I'm trying to share it here now, but it's just so, I can't really describe in words how magical it is. Like, truly, the energy. And anybody who comes up to a property always talks about there's something interesting about this particular hill. Yes, this whole area is magical, but the hill that we live on, there's something interesting, about it. And I mean, a whole, you know, village of folks lived here at one point. So, yeah, I mean, from the animals to the plants here to just the way the wind works, and the way the trees are so twisted from the energy vortexes around here. Um, it's a pretty magical place. I'm pretty fortunate. And it's cool now that I'll be able to like create stuff from my own land for Desert Cauldron, our magical tools from like stuff that's here that I know is so freaking potent, and being able to like drop a little rock into people's packages, from this property, give like a piece of us, a piece of this land. Yeah, I'm excited. This is a great adventure, Sure, I'm a little cold now, but whatevs. Let's see, let's go back here. Angela said, I have not. I'm a little shy to share my stuff. I'm going to take a big step and write a blog in a permanent journal this coming year for a sort of poetry book of shadows. Nice. Billy said, wow, so much wildlife, sounds amazing. In the UK, there's a place called Royal Society for the Protection of Birds. Oh, hopefully we're reconnected. Yeah, we have a lot of pines around here, so we're just going to pick one. That's going to be our Yule tree this year. Lily said, this is an amazing journey. Thanks for sharing with us. Billy said, you look so happy you could see forever from there. What a wonderful view. Silverstar, so happy you are all getting settled. Sounds so lovely. Can't wait for a hashtag rooting sage. Angela says, I know there's no pressure. I appreciate your tips and advice. And Billy said, so excited for you. So glad it was you who got this property. You'll be great custodians and be so respectful and honor the land. Yeah, I made sure to do a whole kind of like meditation and really let the land know that I'm here to be the next guardian. Like I, am asking for the keys to the property technically, because there are land guardians, and I definitely felt the land guardian that was here. And because it didn't quite know us, it was doing all it could to prevent us from being here. Then once I was like, this is who I am, this is what I want to do. I want to work with the land. I want to bring more life back, here that once used to have lakes and rivers running all through this place. It was, I mean, it's still full of life. We have a lot of junipers and, like I said, and pinyon pines and a lot of plant life out here, mugwort and stuff like that. But I want to bring more. I want to bring, so that I bring more pollinators. I want to bring more animals. And so I said, I promise to protect this land. I promise to keep it sacred. I promise to, protect all the energies that once lived here, and all the, the energies that will live here. I said, so I will take responsibility for those keys. I felt like the keys were handed over to me. And then after that, everything moved like lightning. Like it was like all of a sudden, everything was just effortless to get everything up here. But all I had to do was just have a little chat with the land guardian. So let's see, Jane, hey, how are you? Good morning, good morning. Okay, so I'm gonna have a little banana real quick. And then if you guys wanna go ahead and grab your decks, we'll slang some cards, while we're out here. Well, while I'm out here. Billy said, anyone else getting so many energetic tingles while you're speaking? I bet you are. I mean, dude, it's cray cray out here. Oh, well, I guess I could just throw my banana on the ground. Doesn't matter. Okay. So like I said, go get your decks. I'm sorry, I just have to eat right now. Give me a second. Billy's getting fizzy energy. There's a lot of swirling energy here, which makes a lot of the trees like so twisted and gnarled. It's awesome. This banana is cold. Goodness gracious. But I have all our stuff set up here. That was interesting. I just saw the outline of a person walk by. That happens a lot on the property too. The other night, maybe it was a few nights ago, I was out in the kitchen because I was doing the dishes, and somebody banged on our door and like started pulling on it, and I freaked out. I grabbed my gun and and I like looked out the windows and everything. There was nobody, no tracks, no nothing. So yeah, there's a lot of spirits out here. And it's very physical, the spirits. Like around Thanksgiving, there was drumming going on, and oftentimes we will hear drumming, singing. It's pretty freaking awesome. Sorry, almost done. Get a little hungry, burning more calories out here. Okay, let's see what you guys said. Lily said, whenever I move to a new area, I do a ritual and speak to land spirits also. I respect land, even if it's mostly concrete in houses. Exactly, yes. Angela said, magic is all around us. The land, the sky, the sea. Through the computer screen, we can all feel it. Love and light that are strong. It's been so long. I'm so glad we're here today. I hope you're all well. Yes. And so it is. Silver Star says, I can feel it penetrating and vibrating through my whole body. Susie's like, that would freak me out. They do. A lot of the spirits just want to say hi. Like sometimes I can feel them touching me. I can feel, I hear voices, just like conversations going on. Definitely a lot of drumming, like I said, a lot of singing. Sometimes things like moving along the outside of the RV, or that one time banging on the door. I'm like, I gotta go to bed. We'll chat another time. Billy's like, nom, 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 nom. Billy's like, a butterfly says, gonna use my Urban Crow Oracle. Excellent. And Mystic Monday Tarot. Angela said, I should acknowledge them to blessings to the spirits in Tara's land today. Grateful for your protection and putting up with us today. Hope to get to know you and hope to make you smile. Please take care of Miss Tara. She's my best friend, and I'm glad she's back because it's been a while. Yes, 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 you guys. So I know this must be interesting for a lot of the spirits here. I doubt anybody's ever done a live chat on this land before. The spirits are probably like, what is she doing? She's like talking to television. What is she doing? Okay, so I have my little piece of paper here with my notes for our week. Let's go ahead and dive into it. By the way, my electronics does get zapped out here rather quickly, so I have my backup battery just in case. Okay, so the Mayan date for today is 13 Moloch, and then we're going to be going into 6 Men on Saturday of this upcoming week, which will put us in the week of Ak. So Today, 13 Malak is a very powerful day according to Mayan astrology. The number 13 is the highest number in the Tresena. It is the last day in the Tresena, Tresena meaning 13 days, because they have 13-day weeks in their 260-day calendar. Silver Star, thank you, thank you. So happy to see you're smiling from ear to ear. Thank you, universe, for such a blessings. Is Tara, happy solstice family. I'll make sure to pull you a card at the very end. Thank you, thank you. Susie says, actually, I'm so impressed with the Wi-Fi. Clapping again. I was worried. Me too. I was like, uh... James was thinking that it was going to be like, I was like, you know. So I'm glad it's hanging in there. Okay, so with today, 13 Malak. Malak is actually, speaking of James, that is his day sign, his Mayan day sign. And so Malak is all about the balance of fire and water. It's about karma. It's about, balancing your emotions with balancing your passions and the things that you want to accomplish. It's also the equilibrium inside the body and bringing balance between the ego self and the spiritual self, the spirit self and the human self, I should say. So with this powerful day today, think of all the things that you would like to bring back into balance. What are the things that you want to heal in any way that you want to heal it, whether you're writing poetry like Billy or Angela or any one of you, or if you want to sling some cards today, you want to do some witchy stuff today, or maybe you just want to fix yourself a cup of tea today. Anything that is healing, anything that you feel brings you back to center, brings you back to balance. I know that there's a lot going on in the world. And oftentimes the media wants to portray it as that the only thing going on in the world is negative. And I know that's not true. I know that there's a lot of positivity going on in this world, but that's just not what is presented to us. And of course, there's a very good reason for that. You know, if they promote negativity, they're hoping to increase that negativity. And we know that there's a lot more light on this planet. There's a lot more love on this planet than what they want to show us through social media or the news or, anything like that. So you guys go ahead, keep shining your light today. Let's help to bring balance, not only to yourself, but to everyone around you. And the more that you can shine your light to the people around you, the more that will affect them and they will push their light onto others as well, so that we can all come together, so that we can, chase away this imbalance of negativity that we may have, so yeah. So today, mega healing day, you guys. You guys got this. Let's see. Let's go back here. Billy said, the shared energy at the end will be really interesting with all this spirit energy around, feeling so many tickles. Yes. Thankfully, no flip book animation start stops, all good. Jane said, I feel like I'm going to learn a lot today. Angela said, fire and water seems like enemies. They aren't really, though. They're opposites, and both are needed for balance. Yep. Ebb and flow. Too much of either one causes destruction. But if one were gone, you'd see. Billy said, wow, it's so interesting. I've been so overwhelmed lately, and I've just started to get back into a little creative play and hunkered down and did some coloring in today. It's good to stand still. Exactly. And Susie says, I've been burning a French baguette candle today. 3 wick smells so good. Nice. Angela said, water would misfire, and it's worse when a piece is missing on the life tree. So make sure you have all your pieces, and if you're missing some, call them into balance of your soul and bring them back around. Nice. Yes, Jane, temperance. Billy, walk slow off to find a deck. Okay. Lily said, yes, queen, share your light. It really rubs off on other people. It does. So even when you think you guys aren't doing much, when you guys are being you genuine you, I mean, not when you're trying to act for other people or trying to appease other people, but when you're genuinely being yourself, and being in that heart space and acting from that heart space, other people really do feel it. Even if on a conscious level, they don't know why they feel comfortable around you. Maybe they don't know why they feel warm or just accepted around you. It's because they're feeling it at a soul level, at a subconscious level. And through that gives them the, I guess, permission slip or whatever it may be for them to get back into their heart space, because it's hard to be a negative Nancy, as you might say, around somebody who's just filled with authenticity, filled with who they are. It's hard to be a jackhole. So, which is actually just the ego. That's not really them. So when we talk about people being negative or being, a-holes or, whatever like that, that's their ego. That's, for me, that's not who people really are. People are their souls. People are their higher selves. That's the beautiful source light, the one that's full of magic. And the ego, meh. The ego is the one that ruffles people's feathers. The ego is the one that says some stuff sometimes, So, yeah. And when you guys are in that heart space, you get other people to be in that heart space. Boom. um, Let's see. Yay, Silver Star. Loving all the emojis. If you guys are wondering where these homies get all their emojis, it's because they're my YouTube members. Silver Star has a warm apple pie candle burning. Ooh. You know what? I found some of my candles, so perhaps I will burn a candle later today, I think. Lily said, before I always wondered why people would tell me their life story. Angela said, negativity be gone and be transmuted today. May we starve the ego out and send toxic people on their way. May it be transmuted and balance and source in love and light. And if it refuses to transmute, may it leave our lives tonight. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, amen. So mote it be. And actually, I don't know if you guys just saw it, but I saw it in the camera. I saw a person just walk past me. It was like the outline of a person just, and then they stopped there, but I guess they kept going. I don't know. I saw it right behind me. That's interesting. Okay. So when we end the week, excuse me. Like I said, it's a little cold out here. When we end the week on Saturday, which actually for many people, they'll be celebrating Christmas Eve, which is the 24th. And then we had Yule. Yule is going to be coming up on Wednesday. Some people celebrate it on Thursday as well. But we have 6 men, which will be in the week of Ak. And Ak is all about spiritual law. So it's not the laws of your city or state or even your government, but it's the law of yourself. How do you govern yourself? And it kind of actually coincides with Maluk. And so we take that in with 6 men. And men has nothing to do with like man. Men actually means the eagle. And so the number 6 is the 6 aspects of the home. So you think about the various, oh, the coyotes are out. Do you guys hear them? Hold on, let me turn my mic. Do you guys hear them? Oh, wow, they're close. Wow. Well, if I have to run back in the RV, we'll see. Hold on, I'm just listening to where they are because they're down in the canyon at the bottom of my hill right now. Okay, they're probably just heading home, heading back to their little cave. Um, let's see, everybody. Oh, you guys did get to hear them. That's awesome. And just said, whatever you celebrate, may you be happy and well, and may the veil disappear for you so you can freely commune where the spirits dwell. May only love and light cross your way. May all stress leave you. Yes. Silver Star was going to ask if those were the coyotes. Yep. Angela said, may you have the most blessed holidays. Amen. They normally don't attack humans. If they come close, get big and stomp. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, coyotes aren't going to bother you really. Actually, most of the animals out here want nothing to do with humans. So, yeah, basically just, there's a lot of sticks and stuff out here. So you basically just get big, make some noise, and yeah, they'll leave you alone. Okay, so we were talking about the 6 aspects of the home. Actually, that kind of coincides with coyotes because coyotes are all about family. They run in packs, much like wolves and dogs and things like that. So our aspects of the home is our friendships, our relationships, our work, our material possessions, our health, the way we react to things, both positive and negative. And so it's time to get a higher perspective with that eagle eye view with men on Saturday of how can we look at the different aspects of our home more objectively? How can we bring more balance into those aspects of the home? In what way have I been unjust with myself or with my family? When I say family, I'm not always talking about our blood-related family. I'm talking about our spiritual family and the family that we've brought together for ourselves. You guys, I do consider you guys my family. I have some best friends that, that's my family too. Those are my brothers and sisters, and their kids are like, I'm their auntie. So, yeah, so think about that extended family as well. Do you need to bring more balance into the family with your friends? So, lots to think about on Saturday. Let me get a little bit of water here. Oh, excuse me. Um, Angela said they pair for life. I've heard. I do believe they do. Yes. Billy said friends are family we choose. And Angela said, Coyote, Wolf, and the Fae, friendly spirit of intelligence and tricks, we welcome you today. You scattered stars across the sky and helped many without receiving thanks. I love your trickster energy praise. Yes. Okay. Yes, to Coyote and his adorable pranks. Yes. And, Coyote is seen as the trickster. But more in a fun way. Coyote helps us to remember to play, to have fun, that work doesn't always have to be drudgery. There is a way to make things fun. And that things are best done when you're with your friends or in a pack, So take Coyote medicine. There's definitely a lot of medicine all around this place. Silver Star says, funny, I had the fox pop out today. Ooh, crafty little fox. Silver Whale Witch, what up, girl? How are you? Says, hi, glad I could join today, listening while clearing my witch's lair. Billy said, I'm back. Had to rummage for my cards. They have been neglected for a while. Well, now they're back, Jack. Angela said, he gets such a bad rap. He's like Loki. He makes others own up to their shadow work and everyone blames him. Yep. People like to blame the messenger. Okay, so I have an herb of the week for you guys. And the physical herb is in the cabin somewhere, but I have it in essential oil form. And that is peppermint. And that's because I've been using it a lot for the rats, obviously, just to kind of keep them away. But I know that peppermint does have a lot of physically healing properties, but it has a lot of magical properties as well. So physically, it's really good for the digestive system. If you are going to ingest an essential oil, make sure it's an essential oil that's rated for ingestion, for food. Otherwise, you would use it topically or just use it as an aromatherapy. But like I said, it's really good for digestive issues. So if you have an upset tummy, peppermint's really good for that. It's nice that there's a lot of peppermint kind of around these days, like with candy canes and things like that. You could put that in your hot chocolate. It makes a nice little sweet treat, but it's also really good for digestive flow for people who suffer from IBS. It's also really good for muscle aches if you're going to use it topically. If you have a headache, sometimes having a little essential oil going, an aromatherapy going of peppermint, really good to help alleviate minor headaches. You can even rub some on your forehead if you wanted to. And it's really good for joint pain. So if you want to rub it on your joints, maybe turn it into a salve if you wanted to do that, or put a little bit in a bath, that'd be really good for your bodies. Magically speaking, however, you can use it for healing, which we're doing today with 13 Maluk. I'm just saying, if you want to use some peppermint, today would be a really good day to use it. If you want to do any purification of any kind, you want to do some love spells, if you want to help promote sleep, have a better sleep, you can utilize the aid of peppermint. And just like when we were talking about earlier, talking to the land spirits and asking for their help, do the same with your plant allies. Even if those plants have been turned into an essential oil, or maybe they've been cut and dried, there's still their essence in there, even though they've been disconnected. And you can reconnect to that essence, thus reconnecting to its energetic roots and asking for its aid in, whatever it is that you are doing. And then, with using herbs and essential oils, try to give back if you can. Maybe start a little compost pile like I have, or, water some plants. So now that I have a well out here, I'm trying to water some of the plants, but they don't need water right now because we got a lot of snow. So but anyway, you can give back to Mama Gaia for the use of her plant allies would be fantastic. Let's see. You go back to some of your messages. Silver stars. Yes, I have 3 peppermint plants. When my tummy is upset, I'll suck on the leaves. Yes, Angela said peppermint. You keep the spiders away, keep the insects, rats, and mice, provide energy and soothing, easing illness away. I don't use much except in candy as I adore the spider, but I can't deny how much I enjoy, especially an apple cherry soda cider. Susie says, I think you should write a book on this, your land and all the witchy goodness. Hey, maybe someday. Hello.
Freezing out here.
Well, I'm doing okay. I'm kind of toasty, actually. James just came out here. He's pretty cold. Silver Star says, gonna make some peppermint tea real quick. Okay, perfect. And just said one of my matrons is Arachne. She does not like mint, so I keep it away from her space and try to minimize its use in my magic, but I eat it often. Silver Star says peppermint and yellow candle for clarity and learning. Nice. Angela says, I got the cutest rose quartz guy. I love Mama Gaia. I carry her everywhere. Perfect. Billy said, blackbirds aplenty here, eating the berries from the shrubs, looking out for redwings and fieldfares. It's a time of year when those from the thrush family may visit. Nice. Everybody says hello. Angela said, how is there snow in Arizona? I gotta ask. Because I'm up in the mountains. So Arizona is not just one big desert, as everybody thinks. There's actually a lot of different aspects of Arizona. Sure, down in the valleys and things like that, where it gets super hot, going out towards Yuma or Phoenix. Yeah, it's one big desert. But you start going up into the mountains, like, here in the White Mountains, or you're out in Flagstaff, or going out towards St. John's and things like that, where there's ski resorts out there, and we have people called snowbirds. And during the winter time, many of the Phoenicians and the people that live out in the valley, they come up here to cool off, or they come up here to go snowboarding or skiing in the winter. And then other people that live up here, sometimes they're called part-timers, so they spend their winters down where it's warmer, and then when it's too hot there in the summer, they come up here. So it's like people just kind of go back and forth. But yeah, I'm at 6,500 feet, just over 6,500 feet. So yes, we do get some snow, and we do get all 4 beautiful seasons. We have something called ponderosa pines out here, so there are massive pine forests and just beautiful. It's beautiful. A lot of people say it kind of looks like parts of Colorado, also looks like parts of maybe Utah and stuff like that, with all our trees and all our forests. And so yeah, it's a gorgeous place. There's a lot of different aspects to Arizona besides cacti. So this is, I told George, he looked it up, 6,000 feet. Yeah, my actual property is at just over 6,500. Oh, I hear the cows. We have free range out here, so the ranchers just kind of let their cows do their thing. So yeah, I hear the cows behind me. George is a map nerd. Billy said, just had a random thought. If you're up in the mountains, could your illness at first be an altitude related thing? I was thinking that, but I started feeling it before I left. And we spent a lot of time up here already. Like we'd spend a week or so at a time. So for several months. So I don't think it was altitude, but I know that altitude probably wasn't helping when I was trying to get better. The like cold and altitude. Silver Star says, family. I have family that lives in the White Mountains. Oh, hey, super cool. So he said it's also a great investment. Oh, yes. Investment side, yes. And Susie said long-term success for hashtag burning sage. Yes. Sorry, let me just bundle up a little bit more. It got a little bit more chilly. Sorry. There we go. Okay. The wind started blowing. Okay. What else do we have on here? Okay, let's go into our forecast, and then we'll jump into our special questions. So if you know what that was, I did a poll on my YouTube channel, the YouTube channel page. It was a public poll. I did a poll for my YouTube members, and I did a poll for my Patreon. So technically, if you're a patron or you're a YouTube member or both, you get multiple votes because you get to vote on all of those platforms for the question that we're going to be pulling a card for. Then I have the viewer's choice questions. We'll do some supers. Definitely, Heather, I got to get you a card. And then, yeah, let's do some healing with this land. I think you guys will enjoy it. Okay, so I have a bunch of decks here, you guys. Let me show you. So I have the Pulp Tarot with me. In here, I have the Green Witch Tarot. In here, I have the Northern Animal Tarot. And then from V Love and Crystals, I have her Winter's Embrace Oracle. So whoops. Hold on here. I got myself all tied up. It did get a little bit more chilly.
It's supposed to be 40 degrees right now.
Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see. And just to have a safe and prosperous live today. Thank you. It says, at least that means you won't be too hot. Cow is symbolic of Hathor and also Aset. I heard, hail to the Egyptian goddess of truth and magic, and please look after us today and guide us on our path. Yes. Silverstar said, lots of my family came from Europe and moved to Arizona. Only reason I ended up in Utah is my grandmother married a Mormon from Utah. Nice. Angela said, I read a story once that warriors come with the wind. I do not know where it was from, but I believe that is true. Remembers that the shivers is not the wind of winter, but the spirits guarding over you. Nice. Angela's like, there's someone next to you looking over your shoulder. Oh yeah, I felt them. They're very curious. They kind of just like peer in and like, what are you doing? What's happening here? You saw the outline. Yeah. It's kind of interesting because normally I feel a lot of spirits and I see them with my third eye, but out here, a lot of times I physically see them with my own two eyes. So energy is different out here. Michelle said the energy from the land is potent. I can feel it strongly just from the live. That's awesome. Silver Star waving hello to all the spirits. Hey guys. Okay, so let's see, what deck do I want to use? Let's go ahead and use this one. And let me pull my britches up a little bit because the breeze is getting to my back. What? I just got to pull my britches. Okay. It was breezy. Okay. Let me pull a few cards. If you guys want to pull a few cards, that would be fabulous. And let's just see what we got cooked up this week. Thank you, Susie. I'll definitely pull a card for you at the very end. Whoa. Okay, we had one card fly away, so that's going to be card number 1. Woohoo! There we go. There we go. Alrighty. There's card number 1. The wind kicking up to give us our first card. Okay, there's card number 2. I think I'll pull 2 more cards. Card 3 and card 4. All right. I'm going to stick my deck just back in the little pouch, just in case it gets a little too windy. I don't want them to fly away. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so the first card I kind of already saw because that blew out, but that is the Hermit card. Hermit coming in strong for this week. And it makes sense if we're going to be taking stock of our family, you know, in all the ways that we do consider people family, you know, spiritual families and our, you know, astral families and our bloodlines of families, and also looking into all aspects of the home, looking into rebalancing ourselves with Maluk today, that water and fire. We're going to need a little bit of hermit energy. Okay, let's see. We also have the Page of Pentacles. All right, all right. Oh, we have the Seven of Pentacles. And we have the Five of Wands. Okay, so we have one major arcana card. We have two earth cards, one fire card. So we're missing air, which is interesting because it's windy right now. And we're missing water. Susie said, bravo was for how good you're doing. Not the britches. Oh, thank you. Susie, been a member for 6 weeks. Thank you. Like I said, I will pull some cards for you guys at the very end. Angela said, the hermit all alone, but are they really though? Or are they surrounded by friends that only they perceive and know, often pushed away for their sight and left on their own? Nice. Billy said, I need each card or they're going to fly away. Said, I had an interesting card. I just asked, do I need to pay attention to this week, and got the Hanged Man. I take that as a step back, take a moment to pause and breathe without fixing for a bit. Yes. And Angela said, the hermit isn't lonely. They know their own company and they make their own home. That is very true. Billy said, those illustrations remind me a bit of the Briar Rabbit books. Yes, it's dude, yes. Michelle, thank you so much. I will definitely pull a card for you at the end as well. Thank you, thank you. Silver Star says, I got the cow, which represents nourishment, motherhood, and the goddess opens us up to awareness of the goodness and generosity. And we had cow in the background, so that is super cool. Angela said, the hangman left to dangle. Don't worry, he isn't dead. He's looking at a new perspective and standing on his head. And Silver starred, healing and nourishment power are present all around you and your friends and your children, in the food and in your drink and your dreams, and particularly in the natural world that you're blessed to live in. Beautiful. All right, so let's see. Let's take a look at this. So like I said, it was the Hermit, the Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. So let me go in on this a little bit. Okay, the message that's coming through is, again, understanding the difference between, there goes cow again, the difference between our higher self and the voice of the ego. The voice of the ego may have a plan in mind where things need to happen at a particular time and place, and if they don't happen, then there's a failure, or it's time to get upset, or it's time to throw a tantrum because it needs to happen when I say it needs to happen. What the ego fails to take into account is everything that's going on around you at the time. Perhaps the things that you're trying to manifest need to take you on a different route. Perhaps they're going to take a little bit longer. And when we give ourselves a time and place, making things so restrictive and so definite, we close ourselves off to the opportunities that are around us to continue our manifestations, to maybe create things that are even better than we once had thought. So maybe there's something we think that we want, but there's something that's even better and it's even more powerful for our healing and for our energy. And that is not in our field of view yet, because the opportunities haven't arisen yet. So we don't even know about it yet. But if the ego is saying, no, we need this and we need it now, and it's saying that because it can't see that there are other opportunities, it can't see that there is, this magic that's all around us. It can't see that we're divine manifestors. And so it puts our own blockage on ourselves. So if things have been taking longer than usual, I would even take into, as an example for us, things don't happen fast up here. They definitely happen in their own time. They take a while, and we learn a lot in the process, and we will learn a lot more. I know, there's a lot that I don't know up here. There's a lot that we don't understand yet, and I'm okay with that because we're going to learn so much, and there's going to be so many other opportunities and so many more things that will abound that aren't even in our perspective or our scope yet. And the same is for you guys this week and beyond, that there's so much out there for you. It's waiting for you, for your healing, for your heart space, for your magic. But if we put confinement on how things are going to look in the end, then we close ourselves off to all of that magic. So take that into account this week. So bring on the hermit. And definitely with that cow energy that we heard, like Angela was saying with Hathor, the goddess of healing, the goddess of motherhood, divine feminine. And then we bring into account all the coyotes that we heard, that trickster energy, but also having fun. And, with coyote, you're not really sure what they're going to do. And the same goes for the universe. Maybe we're not really sure what it's going to do, but we have to have faith that we're on the right path. And as long as we're in our heart space, as long as we're listening to our higher self, that's it. That's all we need. All right. Okay. Let me plug this in real quick. So, okay. Billy says, sounds fine. Oh yeah, the image froze. Sorry, I went into a low battery. I might have to take my microphone off. Sorry, guys. Like I said, batteries don't last very long out here. Okay, and plug her into here. All right, we're charging. Okay. All right. Should be okay for now. All right. Okay, so that message got me a little teary-eyed. Although I don't need the wind on my tears, it makes it very cold. Okay, let's go ahead and put this away. Oh wow, where's all this wind coming from? Interesting. The wind is so strange out here. Annette! This is, oh my friend, it looks gorgeous but cold. It is. It is. Okay, so let's go into the special question. So this is the one that you guys voted on, and it was actually really close. This one only won by 1 vote, so it was almost a tie. But the question is, what surprise awaits us this week? So I know that there's different celebrations around the world. A lot of, whether you're in the southern hemisphere or the northern hemisphere, some people are welcoming in, the light. Some people are welcoming in the colder months, and there's a lot. There's a lot that goes on when the earth is going through its seasonal shifts and changes and solstices and things like that. So, as well as the holidays. Yes, I know. Okay, with that, let's pull from the Winter's Embrace Oracle and see what. Ooh, that wind is a little cold. Let's see what surprise awaits us this week. I'm curious. Okay. Like I said, I just have to put my decks back in their bag so they don't fly away. Billy says, if you like what you see, please click the thumbs up. Thank you. Come on, get in your little pouch. Alrighty, excellent. Put that there. Okay, let's see what we have. Ooh, adaptability. Well, isn't that perfect? Definitely with our all the animals out here, they've definitely adapted to this environment. I'm adapting to this environment. So let's go inwards on this. It just so happens to coincide this week with the solstice, with Yule, with Christmas, and we have Hanukkah, we have Kwanzaa, we have all these wonderful things going on. We have the cooler months that are coming in with the southern hemisphere. But with all these physical changes that are going on, there's a lot of spiritual changes going on as well. Oops, what was that? I don't have any metal here, but something clanked. So like I said, there's a lot of spiritual changes going on as well. Many people their psychic senses are opening up in a different way. Some people have been called to a different career or a different life path. Not really a different life path, but they may see it that way. Some people may view their families differently, their spiritual families, their bloodline families. And with all this shifts and changes, this definitely can make the human worried. Worried because it's different. It's not how things always are. Why aren't things happening like they always do? Why doesn't my intuition work like it used to do? Why is my family changing? Why is the world changing around me? And that's because we're growing. We're shedding our skin. And like with our friend Heather and teenagers in her life, there is a bit of a growing phase. There is, I guess we would say that we're kind of in that teenage phase when it comes to our spiritual awakening, those growing pains, those trying to step into our power, but also feeling unsure and scared. And so that's okay, but just know that you are going to grow, you will adapt, and it will just become normal once again. But we're in that in-between stage. So that is a big gift that's coming for many of us this week, is that kind of realization that things aren't going to go back to the way they were. And that's a good thing. We want things to evolve. We want things to change because that's how we grow and that's how we find out who we truly are. And when you find out who you truly are, you really truly step into your power and you can do the most good in that way. All right, adaptability. Woo! If we have to, I'll go inside the cabin. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see if it gets too windy out here for us. Okay. Susie's like, I can't get over how many spirits are around. I mean, I know this is my heart, but wow. Silverstar said 1111 is here. Lisa, oh, hey, how are you? Said, hey peeps, how are we all doing? I'm kind of cold. Yeah, Billy heard that sound in the background as well. So I'm like, I don't have anything that fell. Interesting. Billy said the cabin might be a good plan. It's not so easy to hear. Okay, so let's do that. Let's see, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna bring everything. Okay. Let's go like this, and I'll bring the chair. Well, guys, we're going to move. Oh. Actually, on the porch might be okay. It's not so windy here. Wow, sorry. You guys, we're like all over the place here. My britches are falling down. Oh. Okay. Okay, if we go in here, I think I don't need that chair. I can just go to the table here, maybe. Whew. Okay, let me grab some of our other things. We're going in, you guys. Okay. If you guys want to pull some cards as well for maybe some things that may await us this week, go ahead and do so. I'm just moving my things real quick, and I only have one hand. And water bottle, and we're good. Okay. Oops. One more thing. Hey, you guys get to see the scenery though. Oh. Okay. Put this here. Okay, and we're inside. Whew. Time to take my shoes off. Okay. Whew. Okay, I might have to readjust the camera, so whew. I apologize for the sounds that you're going to hear on the tripod. Yes, this is inside our little cabin. Annette says, I feel better with you inside. Me too. It's getting a little chilly out there. Sorry, my hand froze and here we go. There we go. Again, sorry for the sounds. That's just the sound of the tripod. Alrighty. We're back. Yes, that's our bed back there. We haven't switched out the mattresses yet. All right, you guys. Oh, Angela, we love your poems. Please continue. I love it. Billy's like, get warmed up. Don't need to freeze your tail off outside. Yeah, I don't know where that wind came off. It was supposed to be like 40 degrees today, which is a lot warmer. So I don't know. They were spraying a bunch of chemtrails yesterday and it blocked out our sun. And now we have a very miserable day today. Okay. Well, now my stuff isn't flying around, so that's good. So let's go back to our thingies here. Okay, so we're actually going into the viewer's choice. Okay, so the viewer's choice is for everybody who's in the live chat today. Let's see. Susie says, oh, yes, here too. Oh, you guys be all cold out there. Angela says, love and light and hugs to all. So glad you feel that you're that way. Poetry is part of who I am. So glad it's bringing you joy today. Definitely, I love it. Green heart, red heart, or green heart. Which question will win remains to be seen. Exactly. So the viewer's choice, if you guys, yeah, Susie, the chemtrails, especially out here in the middle of nowhere, it's like they try to spray double, but the winds are so strong out here and the sun is so intense, it tends to burn through those chemtrails pretty quickly. But for right now, it seems the chemtrails have won. Yes. Okay, sorry, my nose gets a little runny. Okay, so we have something called a viewer's poll, and I have 2 questions. You guys get to vote on the questions. The question with the most votes wins, technically, but either question I think would be okay. The first question is for a red heart. So if you like that question, go ahead and vote with a red heart emoji. If you don't have access to the emojis, then just type the words red heart. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
This is lemon water.
Oh, it's delicious. Oh, thank you. James brought me a lemon honey tea. Oh my gosh, that feels so good. Oh. I'm gonna warm up my hand right now. Okay, so yes, so if you guys like the first question, go ahead and vote with a red heart emoji or just type the words red heart. If you like the second question, vote with a green heart emoji or type the words green heart. Oh, Annette says thank you. Okay. So here we go. Questions. Question number 1. Everybody's sending James some love. Okay. See, Lisa said sky full of chemtrails here in southern England. Dude, it's like when they get ramped up all over the world. Like not just my area, but like everywhere. So I don't know if it's the coming of the solstice or I don't know, man. Angela says, the king bows his head only to his queen, and the queen only bows to her king. You both are each other's royalty. Treat your beloved like their royalty. It always works for the best. Well, I definitely always feel like I'm royalty. Hopefully he does too. Angela said, after all, love takes teamwork. It's not all cupcakes and rainbows, but love is the best.
It sure is. Um, Susie, they definitely won't win. Definitely. Okay, viewer's choice. Question number one. If you like this question, please vote with a red heart emoji or the words red heart. What needs the most healing this Yule, or this solstice, you could say? Question two. If you like this question, vote with a green heart emoji or type the words green heart. What aspect of the ego is keeping you from feeling abundant? Okay, so I'll repeat the questions. Question one for the red heart. What needs the most healing this Yule or solstice? Question two for a green heart. What aspect of the ego is keeping you from feeling abundant? All right, so I'll do a little Jeopardy music. Billy said red heart equals what needs the most healing this solstice. Yes. And it looks like the votes are starting to come in. Excellent, excellent. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. All right, all this tea is just fabulous. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so good. Angela says, which will you choose? I'll wait and see and you decide if it ties. I'm still trying to choose. Okay, okay. Angela said the green heart for was how to cancel the ego and its greed. And then Billy posted the question as well. Okay, so let's count them up. Let's count red hearts first. So let's see. Angela, I think was waiting. So Annette has a red heart. And Kayla has a red heart. Hey, Kayla. Billy has a red heart. Okay, so 3 red. And then let's count up the greens. Let's count up the greenies. We have Lisa with a green heart, Colleen with a green heart, Butterfly with a green heart, Susie with a green heart, Silver Star with a green heart, Lily, Silver Wheel Witch. Okay, so I'm thinking it's green heart. All right, you guys. So it looks like green heart is the technical winner, but there is no winners and losers here. I think they're all winners. So okay. Green heart was what aspect of the ego is keeping us from feeling abundant? So where is the ego like cutting off our abundance basically? So, okay. Let's have another sip of tea. Okay. And let's use the Green Witch Tarot actually. I don't know why this tarot deck just gives me like all the Yule vibes. By the way, you guys like all the crystals in the background. That's James's shop back there. Actually, back there is that's Desert Cauldron, and then in the far back, that's my Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and a lot of my witchy stuff. Actually, a lot of my witchy stuff is right here too. I can't wait to make my altar out here. There's a lot of places where I think I want to do an outside altar. So, Susie said, beautiful deck. Billy said, so thoughtful of James bring you a hot drink when you came in. He's a keeper. Definitely. That's my twin flame over there, man. Susie said, love, love. Superstar said, yes, James is a good man. He is. He's very good. Consider myself quite lucky. Kayla, wow, thank you. I'll definitely pull some cards for you at the very end from Little Eco, of course. All right. Let's see. Oh, okay. It looks like we have our card for what aspect of the ego is keeping us from feeling abundant. Interesting. We have the Sun card. That's right, Billy. All we need is love. Yeah, Annette, there's several outside altars. And basically, I think wherever I am, and there's just going to be an altar. So so that's why I'm like, where do I put my stuff right now? You know, we'll see. Okay, so let's dive into this one, the Sun card, the aspect of our ego that's keeping us from feeling abundant. Oh, Okay, it's already coming in. And this is kind of going off the message that I pulled, I think it was 2 days ago on Instagram, or maybe it was yesterday. I don't know, all the days kind of blend together up here. The way the higher self views abundance and the way the ego views abundance are two very separate things. And so when we are listening more to the ego than we are the higher self, we're more apt to feel less abundant than when we are truly in alignment with our higher self. In explanation, the ego only knows the 3D world. It's a 3D program. It came with the human body. It's on this 3D plane. And so in this 3D world, we say in order to become abundant is to have lots of things, whether those things are paper things, as in money or coin, or vehicles, or the zip code that you're in, or zip codes of your houses. That's the only way to be abundant. And so by keeping the world in a place of the ego, driving them further away from their heart space, from this sun here, from source energy, we keep them in a low vibration. We keep them away from their magic, from their divinity, from their eternal nature. When you cut a soul off from its eternal nature, it only sees the physical things around them as a way to feel the abundance that they already are. They just aren't seeing the world that way. And so increasingly, they have to buy more, they have to have more in order to feel good about themselves, that you're a worthy person, that you belong amongst these people. If you have this job, if you do this, if you own this, if you live here, then you're worthy. Then you're worth something to society. But that's just not the way it is, because we know that there's more than the 3D plane. We know that there are multiple levels of existence. We know that we have an eternal soul. We are a higher self. And the higher self knows that there's abundance on multiple levels and multiple dimensions. And abundance is more than just a physical possession, because we know that we can't take those physical possessions with us. We can't even take our physical body with us when we go back into spirit. All we have is the energy. And you know what? Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transmuted. It can only change form. And so when we connect to our highest self, we know that we have all that we'll ever need. And when we feel that we are in that energy, we just know that we're taken care of. We know that our physical needs in this 3D realm will be met just as our needs in our 4th and 5th realm and beyond. And so if you've been feeling lack lately, I wish I had more of this, I wish I had more of that, know that that is the ego struggling. It needs to have something physical in order for it to feel whole. And that is so sad, because we already are whole. We already do have all that we'll ever need. We can manifest it like that. We can. Now, in the 3D world, that seems impossible. And in a 3D world, maybe it is. But we're not just 3D beings. We're more than that. So step into your highest self. Connect to source energy, especially this week. Especially when many countries are consumed with consumerism, that we need to buy something to show our love to other people. We need to have something to feel worthy. That's not true. You already are worthy. You already are whole. You already are enough. And there's more than enough to go around. So this is the aspect of the ego. Perhaps maybe we can work on healing this week, or maybe even today. Maybe we won't heal it all today, but let's take a start. Let's step into our true abundance. All right. Whew. Okay. Oh, wow. Let's see. Let's go back here. Do, do, do. Susie, ooh, the sun, they won't win with the chemtrail. That's definitely true. Sending Lisa a hug. Susie said, sign, sign, sign. Everywhere there's signs. Yes. Kayla says, I might have to leave for the readings at the end, but I will rewatch. Okay, for sure. Susie says she's going to put Kayla's timestamp in the chat. Excellent. Angela said, may transmutation bless us all and our lives today. May love and laughter find us all and bring us closer today. May our hearts always be connected, our egos fade away, and may we be able to share our light and manifest a better world for today. Amen. Yes, and so it is. Billy said, that's how I feel when I'm near the trees, forest, or water. That's the place I feel whole. And know that you are those trees, you are that water, you are that forest, Billy. Okay, so Susie has the list. It's Heather, Susie, Michelle, and Kayla. Were we missing anybody for the cards at the very end? Oh, Billy would like to do a poem trade. Sure. So to connect to your hubby or Lou the Canary. Sure, 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 sure. I'd be more than happy. Okay, and I do love your poetry. Okay, so let me put these back in the pouch, and I'm going to pull from the Pulp Tarot for our cards today. For all our homies that were so generous in doing the super chats and super stickers. So if you would like me to pull you a card at this moment, go ahead and just do a super chat or super sticker. Be more than happy. Here we got the Pulp Tarot here. I got this at Bookman's, which was a place down in Tempe where you could exchange your books for store credit and get more books or decks or games or, you know, anything. It's kind of an unusual store, but I liked it. Angela said to see you all and hang out for a while. Amen. Blessings, love and light. Blessed day for you. Same to you. Silver Star said, message from my spirit animal. Ooh. Angela said, thanks so much. I know I'm late with the previous one. It's been a bit of a week, and with you moving, thought you had enough going on too. No worries, no worries. Susan said, may you have a blessed Yule and holiday. Yes. And Angela, have an absolutely beautiful day, love. Yes, for sure. Okay, so we got Heather, Susie, Michelle, and Kayla. Heather, Susie, Michelle, and Kayla. Okay. And if I forget, you guys can remind me. Okay, so we'll start with Heather. All right. Let's take a little bit of tea here. Heather, did you have a... Oh, and Billy, yes, yes, not to forget Billy. So we have 5 homies. So Silver Star, did you have a particular question in mind? Did you want a general read or what you want, girl? Sorry, I'm just like reorganizing everything. Okay. I have to keep one glove off because it makes it easier to shuffle. Oh my goodness. Oh, message from your spirit animal. Sure. Let's do it. Okay. Okay, looks like that's your card. Let's see here. Ooh, we got the 4 of Cups. Man, I love this deck. It's like kitschy cool. Susie says, what you want, baby? I got it. A lot of songs today. Yes, definitely. Okay. So Heather, message from your spirit animal. Man, the wind sounds like somebody knocking on the outside of this cabin. Okay. Okay, the message coming through is perhaps a lot of the tension and anxiety and frustrations that maybe have been coming up as of late is because a very narrow perception of the way things you think they ought to be. So the way the house ought to be run, the way the people around you ought to act and behave, the way the people that you meet on the street ought to act and behave. Except the only thing that we can really truly control within these scenarios is ourself and our reactions to those things. We can't control the way other people act and behave. When we feel that we can and we feel that they should act in a particular way, we cause our own self-distress. And this doesn't help the situation. Instead, we may say, well, that's the way those people want to act and behave. If they need my help, I'm here for them. But I choose to act and behave in this fashion instead. So, your spirit animal is asking you, are you acting and behaving as a reaction to them? Or are you acting and behaving as a reaction to your own internal guidance, the way you want to feel and the way you want to be? So let's take for an example in the family. If people are behaving in a way that is causing you distress, perhaps you've already voiced your concerns. How do you want to feel in this situation? Do you want to feel frustrated? Do you want to feel angry? Do you want to feel powerless? Probably not. So instead, think about how you can put the power back into your hands, because it never left. But usually we give our power away when we feel if we give other people our power, then they'll behave and act the way I want them to. And that's just not how it works. We can only use our power for ourselves. And when we fill ourselves with our own power, that will have the reflection on other people. They will feel that. So if you're not being brought down to another person's level, they can only come up to your level. So the main takeaway, think about how you want to act and feel, and what can you personally do in this situation, and let go of the idea that you can control other people and the way the situation is playing itself out. We can only control ourselves. Okay. Whew. Let's see. Susie's sending hugs to Heather. Silver Star says, yes, I keep telling myself that I can only control myself. I'm working on stepping back. It's been a process to let go of what I can't control. I don't like being that upset. Yes, definitely. So go back into things that do light you up, and tap into that. It's not ignoring, obviously, what's going on, but it's saying, you know what, I can't do anything about it, and that's something I'm learning up here as well. I can't control the weather. I can't control the animals up here. I can't control a lot up here. Actually, I don't. All that I can control is me. So, let's see. Billy said, just a little thought for anyone struggling with their mental health. I recently found out about a magazine called Happyful. You can read for free online interesting articles and places of support. That's awesome. Silver Star says, my daughter has been on this year just to come from a loving place. Aw. Well, thank you, Silver Star, for allowing me to read for you. Thank you so much. And definitely sending you lots of healing, lots of love. I know all of this is a journey. It's all a journey. We're all basically learning about who we are and our strengths. And, this is just going to be another chapter, in that journey. It's all going to turn out just fine. So we're all going through these growing pains. Silver Star says, didn't know how much I needed that. Yeah, Susie, definitely agreed. It definitely can be rough for sure. And Billy has also posted the article there if you guys need it, or it says it's a community chat space in relation to mental health. the Charity Mind. They have created a space. Oh, thank you, Billy, for sharing that. That's awesome. Excellent. All right. This tea is amazing. Okay, Susie, I believe you were next. Susie, did you have a particular question, general reading? What do we got going on, girl? Awesome. Hold on to this mug here. Sometimes just simple tea or tea lemon honey is just like the best. Silver Star says it's been a rough year. Yep. Susie's like theme for January 2023. All right, you got it, girl. Let's do it. Let's do it. Billy said recognizing that this can be a tricky time and a stressful one for so many. Yes. Okay, Susie, the theme for 2023. This runny nose, I tell you. It's like whenever it gets a little windy or it's a little cold, my nose is just like, all right, let's see. Oh, Susie, you're gonna love this. High Priestess vibes for 2023. Hey! Okay, let's dive into this one. Okay, Susie, I already know that you've been on, as we all have been on, our spiritual path, discovering who we are, rediscovering our power, bringing down knowledge that may go against the more popular views of particular things, whether they be worldly events or how the world is actually unfolding, or what's going on in the other worlds beyond the veil, so to speak. And 2023 is going to be all about you continuing to tap into your highest self, tapping into your heart space, bringing down truth the way you see it, and sharing it with others. Not forcing others. I know that you never force others to see things your way, but you like to share. And so 2023 is all about continuing to share that knowledge with others. Those that resonate with it will continue to resonate with it. Maybe others will all of a sudden feel a disharmony and they'll go off and do their own thing. That's just the way it ought to be. Everybody is on their own path. We don't all see the same things and we don't all go along the same way. But we know that somehow it's all working together, even if we don't all see eye to eye. And so 2023 is going to bring probably more of a feeling that there are a lot more people that may not view things the way you do yet. They may not be ready for that on their path. They may be doing something else on their path, but that shouldn't discourage you. You shouldn't silence yourself or edit yourself in order to make people who may not be on the same path as you feel better about themselves, because that's being disingenuous to yourself. We want those people to be as genuine as you are. So let them speak their truth as you continue to speak yours. But never silence yourself for fear that people may react differently or they may not agree with you. That's just going to happen because that's just the way the world works. We need disagreements because that's how we create change. But we need people to be authentic and we need people to speak that truth in order for there to be a disagreement so that we can create change. So yes, Susie, the theme is you are going to receive many more downloads, much more consciousness awakening. And with that comes the responsibility to share. Continue to share, whether you share it on a platform or you just share it with friends and family. Continue to share and please do not censor yourself. All right. You got this, girl. Oh my goodness. Whew. Susie says, I call Tara the high priestess. Susie says, yes, oh my, I've been walking this fine line, trying to warn or hint at certain events that are coming, and it does make sense. Billy said, as the wonderful Tim Holtz often says, you do you. Yes, you do you, boo. Oh, Susie, I love you too. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. Girl, you are the high priestess. Share that knowledge. And maybe it's time to maybe not dance around things and just kind of put it out there, because maybe that is what some people were needing. They needed the more, even more authentic Susie. Okay. I believe next we had Michelle. Okay. Michelle, if you had a question or a general read, let me know. And then I think after that, we were going to hear from Eco for Kayla, and then we're going to hear from either Billy's hubby or her canary Lou. This is such a cute name, by the way. All right, so yeah, Michelle, if you are still in here, let me know, girl. What are we looking into? I'm so glad I came in. I'm like looking out the window. I'm like, ooh, brr. A message from your higher self. I love it. I love it. I love when we're bringing down like higher self knowledge here. All right, Michelle. Oh, okay. Michelle, before I pull this card, there was a song, as people were talking about, they had a lot of songs in their heads, but there's a song that popped into my head, and it's it's by Journey, Don't Stop Believing. So don't stop believing. Do, 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 do. Yeah, so I got Journey. That might be part of your message, but let's see. Now I got that song stuck in my head. I love Journey, by the way. Oh, Billy said Lou is short for uccello, which is an Italian word for the bird. Ah, nice. Dude, that looks like Foxy Brown. Michelle, you got justice. I love it. Okay. So let's tap into this. Michelle's higher self. Michelle, you know that it's time to let those aspects of the ego that are clinging to hang on, to let them go. Those aspects that have been holding you back for fear, anxiety, nervousness. What will be? But what if? What if I said this? What if I started acting in this way? Everything that I know to be normal would change. The people around me would change. I'm afraid of change. I'm afraid of what they'll think about me or what they'll say. I'm afraid that if I change course, do things differently, what if I mess up? What if I go the wrong direction? What if I do something that I can't recover from? Michelle, I've heard you speak these words. I know what goes on in your mind because I am in your mind. I am you, the higher you, the real you. Do you truly think that a universe as powerful and as loving as this one would want you to feel afraid, feel that you would mess up through something that you would never recover from? The fear that you would be alone or lose friends or have people think a certain way about you? No. Only something that cannot see beyond would feel that way. We call this your ego. Everyone has one. Everybody's working with it. Allow it to help you to find shelter, find food, your basic necessities. The ego is very good because the ego works with the 3D world. But Michelle, you have seen me, you, your higher self. You know that if that is possible, and much of the magic and synchronicities you've already seen are possible, then a future is not limited to those fears, is it? Your future is infinite. Surely there are outcomes which may feel as though there is a definite destiny, but there's an infinite number of outcomes based on your infinite number of choices. So I know that it is a struggle, but you've been doing so good. Every time you feel one of those fears, let that be a reminder whose voice that truly is. And that's when you know what the next step is to take. You have never left your path. You have always been on it. I need more tea. Oh, Michelle, thank you for letting me connect with your higher self. Thank you for letting your higher self speak. Wow. Okay, more tea. All right. See, Susie says, you got this, Michelle. Billy said, Michelle holding safe space for you while you figure all this out. And Susie was saying this is a powerful justice card. Yep. Silver Star said, powerful message. Michelle said, beautiful. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Had your little higher self jump in there for a moment. Woo! Dude, I love that card too. I freaking love Foxy Brown. Okay. Whew, okay, let's see. And then we had Kayla. Kayla wanted to hear from Eco, and Kayla was going to do a rewatch because she had to go. So, all right, Kayla, this section is for you when you come back in to rewatch. Okay, let's pull a little message from Eco. You're a beautiful little schnauzer. Love his energy. Okay, so I do feel him in the room, and he's actually hitting my leg with his head. Like he's like bonking me, like dirt, dirt. Getting your attention now. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, the Six of Cups. All right, so Billy put it in there for Kayla that it's 107 minutes into the video. Michelle says, I have seen my higher self before too. Excellent. And then Susie also putting the timestamp for Kayla that it's 10:54 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay. All right, so let's go into this for Kayla and Eco. Eco, this is, it's a little bit different the way Eco normally communicates, but he's showing, like if you were in a, oh, I don't know, if you've seen Star Trek, The Next Generation, how they have the holodeck. The holodeck is basically a room. It's just kind of a box, and they can create, kind of a fantasy world or a real world or whatever, but it's all within the halls of the holodeck. And so Eco is showing me you sitting in the middle of a room just like that. But what if it wasn't holograms? What if they were real? What if within this holodeck you could speak to an aspect of your younger self, and it would truly be you, and you really would be speaking to you, because actually this is possible. Eco says, go ahead and sit in that space and surround yourself with all the people you want to speak truth to. They don't have to be passed away. They could be right here still on this physical plane. But if you want, it could be a mix. It could be speaking to your mom, your dad, siblings, in a way that maybe you don't feel comfortable speaking to them yet. Speak to them in this space, because in this space, you speak to them at their spirit level. And again, a spirit doesn't need to be devoid of its body in order to be spoken to. It could be spoken to at any time. Eco says, if you need me there for strength, while you speak your truth, I'm there, literally hitting you in the head with my head or in the leg with my head. And know that in this space, you can speak to me and you could speak to yourself at any age, because all time is at the same time. So Eco says, I am here and not here, just like you're here and not here. But this would be a wonderful time to speak to perhaps your youngest self. This may not be the time to speak to you in the future, but the younger you that still exists in a past that still very much exists. And this is how healing exists. So bring in all those people, whether they be alive in this frame of existence or not, because in a certain realm, we all still exist. This would be a very beneficial healing for you this week. And just know that I'm stuck by your side, as I always am, right next to your leg. I never leave. My energy is always there. I'm here to help. All right. Oh man, I always love Eco's energy. So sweet. Uh, let's see. Oh, Silver Star put the timestamp as well. Thank you. Thank you. Billy said that's so beautiful. Made me cry in a good way. And Silver Star said beautiful message. Always thank you. Thank you guys. All right. We had Billy. So Billy, we were going to see if we can either connect to your hubby or to Lucello. All right. So yeah, not limoncello though, because limoncello is something else. And here I have lemon. So good stuff. Good stuff. All right, Billy. Let's see. Okay, Billy, there was a song that popped into my head, and I can't remember the name of that song, where it's like do 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 do. I just think that's like the most fun like power chords on a guitar, but that song is starting to play in my head. So I don't know who's coming through with that one. Either that is hubby or that is your canary, but we'll see. Maybe some of your music buffs out there can name that song, because I can't remember it. I just remember that power chord all of a sudden and a little bit of the singing. Um, oh, Lisa said it's Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple. There we go. All right. Nikki's like, that song rocks hard, dude. When it comes to like power chords, I love that song. All right, so Deep Purple. Actually, it's one of my mom's favorite bands. Billy says to know, but got a lot of tingles and tickles. Interesting. See, I love having a room full of music buffs because you guys like can help me with the songs I can't remember. Yeah, Silver Star, that would have driven me nuts. I was like, all right. All right, Billy, who is this coming in with? I'm just going to be rocking out during your reading, by the way. This is definitely your husband. I think I've connected to his energy once before, but this is interesting. This you may or may not have listened to Deep Purple or him either, but it's the energy of that song. So maybe you want to look it up or play it, but it's like, before I even pull a card, it's like you're on ice skates and you're either in an ice rink or a frozen pond, whatever it may be. And he's there, but he's like jamming and he's got his hand out like, come on, Billy. And it's like you're so scared, like you're on your skates, but it's like, what if I fall through? What if I can't make it to you? What if I fall down? And it's like he's so patient and so understanding, kind of the way a parent would be with their child. Like, it's okay. I know you're scared. I know that you're afraid to come across the ice, but I got you. That's the energy that I have. Is I got you. He's got his hand out. He would never allow you to fall. He would never let you fall through the ice. He would never make you do anything or ask you to do anything that was dangerous. And so he has your hand. And whatever it is that you're going through, whether this feels like something more of a mental health variety, feeling as if that you're going across the frozen pond, not sure where the ice is thin or where the ice is thick, but he's got you. That power in that music, those power chords, he's just jamming. And he's just waiting for you to make it to the other side. Could be the other side of an emotion, could be the other side of just this chapter of your life. But he's there. And it's okay. He's patient, even if it's you're taking like the smallest little ice skates forward. You're moving forward, and that's all that matters. And sometimes you need to take a pause to collect yourself. Sometimes you need to regain your faculties. That's okay. Because at another point, you'll start again. Little by little, little by little, you'll make it across that pond. And just when you think you're going to fall through the ice, you realize that it was thicker than you thought. Those skates are sturdy. The person operating the skates, which is you, knows exactly what they're doing. He's right there with you, hand out, smiling, jamming, because he knows that you're going to make it across just fine. He knows that you may be scared. That's fine. Work through those emotions. But in the end, you're going to make it across. And he wants you to know that he knows that even if you don't know that yet. Oh, goodness. Every time I channel for you guys, I get teary-eyed. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back here. Oh, everybody's saying hello to Nikki. Hey, hey. Lisa says, I'm playing it now for you on acoustic. Yay, thank you, thank you. And Lisa said, thanks, Susie. I'm playing a nice bluesy version. It's the great one to play. Excellent. Billy said, OMG, that's my boy. I so often say, I feel like Bambi on ice. Yep. It was just like, you almost look like a little kid on the ice in your little ice skates. You know how sometimes little kids, if they've never been on the ice before, they can be terrified, but their parents know that they would never let them fall. They're gonna be just fine. That's the way I was getting it. It's like he's just there with his hand out. He's like, come on, Billy. You know, and he's not trying to rush you or anything. He knows you need to go at your own pace, but he knows that you're going to be fine, and you are fine. Um, and so, even though the journey may seem a little scary, he's there with you on that journey. So you're never alone. You know, maybe we can't physically see those people anymore. Sometimes we can, but energetically, they're always, always, always there because they're attached to our energy. Seriously. Billy's like, you summoned him up, his personality, and the way he was with me. Aw. Well, thank you for allowing me to connect with him. All right, you guys, we have gotten to the healing portion. I know that we're not outside anymore, but we're still on the hill, so technically we're still in all this energy. Billy said, thank you so much. This means the world to me. You are very welcome. Silver Star said, so beautiful. All right, you guys, let's go ahead. Sumi, hey girl. Said, sorry I'm late to school. I was watching the World Cup. Oh, who's winning, by the way? Somebody was saying something about France, or I don't know. So let us know. All right, you guys, let's open up to some healing. I live in a very healing place, so I'm going to tap into that for you guys. But for all the messages that came through, you know, and everything about the gifts that are awaiting us, all the healing that's awaiting us, all the expansion that awaits us, I want to focus on helping you guys get to a grounded place where you can be open to all of that for your best and highest good. So all I'm sending you is the grounding to make you feel stable enough to accept all of those things. So that's going to be mine. You guys may have a different intention for the healing, but I ask that everybody join in, because the more people that join in, the more the energy becomes funky and unique and awesome. And I think it benefits way more people that way. So time knows no time. So whenever anybody watches this, they will receive your healing. All right. So let's do this, man. Let me get my, I feel like a little Eskimo in here. Like, all right. So let's get this all done up here. Like so. Just making space. All right. Okay. Maybe I could put on my glove now that I don't need to shuffle my cards. Here we go. All right, you guys. However you guys do your healing, whether you do a Care Bear stare, whether you guys do Reiki or whatever energy healing, let's put that good juju out there. Oh my gosh, Jimi Hendrix popped in for that one. That was so cool. He was just there with his guitar and it was like light was coming out of his guitar. He was just like, but he was playing Foxy Lady. Oh, it's 11:11 Pacific. Hey! Everybody coming in with 11:11. And it was like Foxy Lady, but again, the energy in the song. So it wasn't that we're all foxy ladies, because obviously there's more than just ladies in this room. Um, but it was like that power that goes along with it, like knowing who you are. You got this power, man. You can do it. And it was just like I kind of like looked over, and he was like, he's like, yeah. So he's just like jamming on his guitar, and all these like light beams were coming out of like the neck of his guitar. It was like super cool. So we had a little Jimi Hendrix on that one. So I'm just like rocking out. um, Superstar was seeing rainbows and music. Dude, so cool. Hey, Kayla's back. Hey, hey. Awesome. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm so glad you got to join me this week on the property. First live chat on the property. I know it's been, like I said, 2 weeks-ish or more since we had our last live chat, but I'm so happy that you guys could join me on this one. I'm surprised people remembered that I'm still here. It's been a minute. But yeah, oh, by the way, I have another channeling video that's coming out for you guys. And then James thought it might be really fun to start doing like a walk and talk, like a little spiritual walkabout, just like us walking around the property, just talking about whatever, sometimes we'll be talking about like whatever happened during the channeling session, kind of what we thought about it. And then anything else that pops up, because, a lot of strange happenings do happen around here and I love it. So, so yeah, stay tuned for those. So we're going to have a little vlogginess, the two of us. Yeah. And I guess I'll see you guys next Sunday, because it looks like the internet works here. All right. I can get down with that. Susie said, I love walk and talks. Liesl said, Mystico Electrico with Jimi Hendrix. Yes. Billy said, Namaste, one and all, blessings of the season. Nikki said, of course you remember. The spiritual walk sounds fantastic. Silverstar says, me to walk and talks are fab. Awesome. All right, you guys, I will see you guys next week then during our next live chat. And then you guys will get your first ever vlog on Tuesday, and the channeling will be tomorrow on Monday. All right. Billy said, thank you so much for this safe space, this healing space, and look forward to your walk around the property. So many hugs. Same to you. Jan, Merry Christmas to you. So yes, happy solstice, happy Yule, Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy whatever it is that you're celebrating. I know there's a lot of different celebrations out there. May they all be wonderful. May they be filled with love and joy. And may you guys really, truly remember your real power. So I'll catch you guys next time. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, guys. Happy holidays.